Got her attention. It worked. It's all about making sure things get done. I love all the red shirts this morning. It is Friday, May 8th. No more of the Star Wars jokes. May the 4th be with you. Return of the 5th. Revenge of the 6th. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care what you say. Friends was a way better show. We wear red on Fridays to remember everyone deployed. If you're a teacher lover, then red is red, red for Ed. I think it went to the military first because that's what we do. Got Larry over there wearing his Red Day shirt. Looks like he got that. Mine got delivered too. I just hadn't put it on yet because I figured I would wear it on Red Day. Knowing me, I'll start doing some work and tear it somehow. Who's had a good week? Scott's had a good week. You guys take yourself off mute. Come on. This is the participation of your day. Words are tough.
Dan, what's up?
Hey, Greg. Thank you for joining us this morning. Always a pleasure to see your shining face, sir.
Oh, yeah. So, can I start it this morning?
Let's do it. What do you got for us?
So, I had a listing appointment yesterday.
Yes.
It was actually from a sell by owner I had met last year. And he had emailed me a couple days ago with another agent, and it didn't go well. So he was wanting to meet with me and wanting, he's going to interview more agents. And so I contacted him a couple days ago, and we talked, and then set up an appointment yesterday and talked to him and his wife. And then he called me later on. He told me that he went to the other agent. So I didn't get it. So I asked him, I said, is there anything different that I could have done that I could have got the listing? And he said, yeah. He said, one of the things I noticed is when me and you talked, we were all laughing and cutting up. And so he had hyped me up to his wife. And then when I talked to his wife, I guess I was different. And he said he was mad at me because he said, when me and you talked, you was yourself. But when my wife was on the phone, he said you wasn't yourself. So one of the things I got out of was script practice. So if I was script practicing the listing agreement, I'd have got the listing because he said I was the front runner until that meeting. So that was a definite eye opener about script practice.
Is there any way we can get back in there and seal it down, get him to fire the other one and move on with you?
I think so, because me and him talked for 30 minutes yesterday after he told me he went to the other agent. He was telling me about, my personality. He said, man, if you just be yourself, he said, man, you'd kill it.
Well, yeah, give him a call back and just have that conversation again. Just be yourself. Be real with him. Say, hey, man, I apologize. I was trying to be very proper. You and I had a good relationship. I didn't know how your wife would understand it and take it. I didn't want to upset her or offend her in any way.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said I didn't know how she would take, because earlier, the day before, I was talking to him, and his previous agent was Marcy Williams, and me and him started making fun of her. I said, so after, a couple of weeks, supposedly on her commercial, it was, if we don't have a buyer in, 2 weeks or something, she'd buy her home. He said, no. He said, that's not it. So me and him, we just started cutting up. So at the time, it was just two guys just talking. And then when it came to the listing agreement, I tried to be more professional. And he was like, no. He said, nope, that's not you. He said, just be you.
Yeah. It's a great lesson to learn. I'm sorry you had to learn it in such a tough way. Everyone on the call, remember, be unapologetically yourself. Congruency is key. You have to be who you say you are. You have to be who you say you want to be. This is congruent. Otherwise, bullshit filters go up, right? Clients can see right through it. They can hear when you're trying to sell them on something. People hate to be sold. They love to buy stuff. If you're a grouch, be a grouch. if you're a bubbly, super energetic person, be a bubbly, super energetic person. Be yourself. The congruency is what matters, and people don't need you to mirror yourself to them as much as they want to see who you are, and then mirror their action. If they shut off, kind of slow down, but don't change yourself. Don't try to bring a facade into a listing appointment, a buyer's consultation, anywhere. But Greg, I know you'll get this one back. Give him a call today. Just kind of make friends again.
Yeah,
do what I know you how to do.
Yeah. He told me, he said, I knew that other guy was full of crap, but he was, he asked us questions. And so he told my wife, he said that, when I talked to him, he said, you told me when we first talked, and then when my wife talked, she was like, that's totally not the guy you told me it was.
I just go back and call again, talk to the wife again, say, hey, I wanted to follow up with you. I feel like we weren't exactly on the same page yesterday. It was a weird conversation because you met him differently than you did through Zoom, so it's a different interaction. So go back, revisit it, see if you can't win the business again. There's a reason he was talking to you again. He was trying to get you to go round 2.
Okay. Cool.
I like it. Good stuff. So I love the fact he talked about practicing his scripting presentation. Who else needs to help with your scripting presentations, your listing presentation, your buyer's presentation? Who needs help? Raise your hand. Y'all are lying. I got 2 honest people in the whole call.
Always.
Well, Dan, can we talk about what Greg just said a little bit more, though?
Let's do it.
It seems kind of disconcerting that when he was being himself, it went really well, and when he tried to be scripted and more professional, it didn't. It's just like the opposite of what we're trying to do here, right? I get you have to still be yourself.
No, what he said is, if I were to have scripted my listing presentation better, like he had known it, internalized it, been able to completely explain it without having to go into a format, he would have gotten the listing, because he was so focused on the listing presentation and so focused on doing it flawlessly and getting every marker, checked every box and everything, that he was not himself, because he was focusing on the process instead of having the process internalized. Scripting is the practice of the process. It's the practice of the conversations. It's the practice of objection handling, so that you can internalize it. And in those situations, it becomes very natural. It sounds second nature. There is no like dialogue you need to follow. It's not that robotic script that you guys hear anytime you call a call center. Like when you say something that's off kilter to them, they freeze up because they're like, oh, it's not on my list. I don't know how to answer it. Scripting is the ability for us to work on these scenarios when you're not in a critical moment, so that when you are in a critical moment, you don't have to think. You can just be yourself. It's already there. It's in the core. If you bumble and trip on your words, that's fine, as long as you know where you need to go and you have the skill set to deliver the message you're trying to deliver. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So I don't want any of you to be robotic, devoid of personal interaction and just being black and white. Like, thank you, client. My name is Dan Caldwell from Keller Williams of Southern Arizona. I would like to sell your house. That's what the script says, right? No, that's not what I want. What I want is you guys to have the script internalized where you can put some flair on it. Mara, don't tell me you don't have some flair. I've seen you dance, girl. I've seen you get loose and have a good time and just break out in these script and role play classes. That's what I'm looking for.
I know.
Has it helped you in your listings? Yeah.
Really quick from yesterday, you guys who were on Bold, I liked the thing that she talked about in the Ford sandwich, the meat of, a lot of people are having difficulty right now. And if you know anybody that might need to buy or sell, I hope you let me know. We've been able to help a lot of people. So I thought the way she said it really softened our ask. So if anybody missed that, I just wanted to bring that up, because I used it several times yesterday in my call. And I didn't think I could make 40 calls, but the first day I made 42. Yesterday had 61 outreach and I only got 26 back. But anyway, my accountability partner went with 100 for a goal, and I was like, I want to see if I can do it. So I made one day. We'll see.
So now we know you can do at least 42 in a day, 61 calls in a day, get 26 back. Let's see what happens.
I lost my voice the first day, so I resorted to texts on the second half of the day, and that brought me home. So
let's say 2020 and 2020, right? 20 texts, 20 conversations. I text 5 people this morning already, and one's in Florida, one's in Colorado, and the 3 are here. And it's just all, hey, I start the text off very simply. I miss your face. How are you doing? How's life? Full conversation. Hey, I love what you're doing with the house. Looks great. Blah, 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 blah. Bam. We'd like to get in the market. We just don't know if we will qualify for anything. Do I have an in? And this is just from doing your bold contacts, just reaching out, saying hi to people in my database. It's somebody I haven't talked to. And her husband's a teacher for CDO, and they're both working at home. So I'm sure they're feeling the apartment crush at this point. Don't put too much thought into it. Just do it. So if you're losing your voice, you're not getting contacts on the phone, throw some text out there. Text is replacing the normal form of contact. The good thing about a phone call is you can get a lot of conversation back and forth, a lot of information quickly. When a text may get delayed because they may look at it, oh, I got a text, and then get busy and not respond for 3 weeks. Sorry if I do that to you. So great job. Anyone else got some cool successes we can talk about? We could jump into scripting too.
I did a lot of messenger stuff where,
right.
Just 2 or 3 quick comments, and people read that all day or night, anytime. So that's not even time sensitive to our, 9 to 11 or whatever our morning,
8 to 8
push
calls.
is.
Yeah.
You could do that anytime. So I got a lot of really good feedback from my messenger outreaches.
Does everybody know how to tell when somebody's online on Facebook and Messenger?
It was active.
Yeah, it says active. There's a little green dot next to them. What better way to know somebody's next to their phone or next to their device? The only reason I know that it works because every time, without fail, every time I'm online, a certain person messages me every friggin' time.
No.
And I'm usually on there checking a message from somebody else. And I'm like, I don't have time to respond to this, but it's every time without fail. Hi, little man.
Dad, I'm trying to
Soccer's right. You're 100% accurate. But it's a client, so I got to play nice.
Yeah,
Facebook's an awesome. If you don't have their phone number and you know that it's a right contact, we talk about making sure that we get the good information. Facebook scrubs it for you. So get out there and talk to people on Facebook.
And again, Dan, another thing I want to throw in is when you're doing those texts, make sure the last thing is a question.
Yep.
That last piece of your text is a question, so that they are spurred to answer somehow.
Yeah, you're trying to create a volley, right? Actually, almost everything I say ends in a question. You just kind of you want to create something. Dick, do you have a question?
Well, I just want to make a comment. Go out to the store and buy one of these little whiteboards for about $5. And now this one, I printed something on it, but you can also just write a little note, even put, say, John, and have the same message, but every time you do a messenger, change the first name and send it to them and say, hey, I want to talk to you. Give me a call. What are you doing for lunch? What are you doing? Let's talk. I need to talk to you. And send it as a photograph and put it right into Messenger. And you can do that a lot of them. And just boom, 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 boom. But this one is kind of, I got some good calls on this one. But you don't have to print it up on a computer. You can just write yourself a little message on the board and not say a word. Saves your voice.
I like that. Good stuff. All right. We're getting a lot of feedback on the bold stuff. You guys love the scripting practice. And the one thing I'm getting a lot of questions on are objection handlers. One thing I don't think they're doing a great job of is in any of our scripting classes, we're not doing enough objection handling. We're just doing the high level, very nice, very accommodating, you know, the perfect situation scripts. So when we're doing scripting today, I want to pick some people. I want some people to volunteer, but I'd like it to be a little bit more real world, a little bit more resistant, you know, kind of defensive. Be a client that probably isn't as friendly to talk to. You know what I mean? The ones we're going to get. Some people are going to be super happy to hear from you, but others are just going to be a little like, hey, you know, I'm not quite sure about it. Push back a little bit, still be receptive to it, move on. Who wants to try this?
I can be a real obnoxious person.
You don't say, Tess.
Where's Tracy? Tracy's really good at being like an aggressive seller. Where is he?
Tracy's real good at being an investor. Larry,
Yeah.
you want to be one of my clients?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, Larry's done thousands of calls, and I know that he knows how to be a.
Amber was raising her hand though.
Oh,
Amber wants to be my agent.
Amber.
Oh, I want to be the agent? Damn.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate you volunteering, Amber. All right, Larry's our client. Amber, you are our caller. What's the situation, guys?
Oh,
Oh,
like me? Go ahead.
No, I don't. I thought you had an example.
I was gonna have the group pick out the example. What do you want to hear? For sale by owner, lead
Yes.
follow-up, care call.
Expired listing.
What is it, Dave?
Expired listing.
I love it. Go. Expired listing.
Who's calling who? Oh, I'm calling him. Wait. I don't even know how to make a telephone.
Look, ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Yeah, it's ring ring. Okay, start again, Amber.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Amber Harvey. I actually work for Keller Williams Southern Arizona, and I see that you have an expired listing. How you doing today?
Doing all right today, and yes, the listing did end.
Can you tell me a little bit about why the actual listing went expired?
Well, you know, with everything going on right now and so on, you know, we took a shot at it, not a lot of activity, and quite frankly, we figure we're going to hold off for a while and see where this whole thing goes.
When you say hold off for a little while, about in your mind, what does that look like?
You know, we talked about it and thought like 2-3 months down the road here, we want to, you know, see what the pulse of what's going on with all this stuff is. You know, more people are still getting sick with coronavirus, yet the stock market's going through the roof. It's just really weird right now.
Okay, so may I ask, why were you selling when you first listed your house?
Well, we were going to make you know, move. It's a, you know, it's a property that we felt like we might be able to downsize a little bit. We had our eyes on a few things, but as the sale process wasn't producing anything, we really didn't move forward on that. We were thinking downsizing maybe into a townhouse.
Okay, have you found a townhouse you guys liked?
Well, again, no, we kind of poked around, had some ideas. We were going to get serious about it when we got into contract on the house, but you know, nothing ever materialized, so we didn't push ourselves forward on that.
Okay, well, I understand with the market and everybody, there's a lot of people out there that are concerned. However, the market, as far as real estate goes, selling and buying, it's still alive and well. We have lots of buyers that are looking for properties like yours. Is there any way that I can set up an appointment with you to discuss some options? I know you said about 2 to 3 months out. However, if and when the price of your property may, you know, get new buyers at looking at your property might be an idea. Would you consider having an appointment with me so we can kind of talk about a way ahead?
Well, you know, where were you a month ago when we had the house listed? You say you have all these buyers. Nobody came by.
Well, it's now after 1 May, and with the governor, you know, releasing some things, and we are now able to have open house We can, even though there's some strict rules with doing an open house with the COVID, obviously we have to take precaution, obviously, with people coming in your home. However, it is opened up now to where we can start doing open houses and get some people through your home to live.
Well, I understand that, but exactly this, I mean, this is quite a dip, but the house was listed before all this started. And so how are you going to have buyers different than now than what was before? I'm not understanding that, because nobody brought anybody by when the house was listed before the whole COVID thing started.
Well, I'll tell you now, people are looking to move because we have schools are no longer in session. So now that they don't have to worry about uplifting their kids from one location to another. So school's not in session. I know I am very well known in the military community, and with PCS season, meaning people have to move here and they have to move, there. So right now we're coming into a huge wave of people listing and buying in this market.
Okay, well, we were pretty highly disappointed and pretty put off by this whole thing, and again, it was listed for 6 months, not just the last 2 or whatever that this whole COVID thing's been going on. I mean, you're really telling me that the people are out there to, looking to buy, because again, we thought it was coming, but it never did.
I had a land listing. I know we're talking about your home, but I just had a land listing. It was been on the market for about 8 months, and now I'm in a multiple offer situation. So it's one of those things where if it's priced right and you guys are ready to make a move, and I can help you with that process, and we can go through, and I can do recomps just to make sure. I don't want to talk bad about anybody else. That's not my job. My job is here to make the most money for you and sell for you in the time that you need me, in the time that it needs to sell for you to get into that townhome.
Well, you sound just like the other real estate agent that produced nothing. Not that I'm saying, that's not a throw at you, but let me talk with the wife. I kind of wanted to move this thing along, but obviously it didn't. We're pretty disappointed. But if I can convince her to at least hear out what you have to say, then maybe we'll have you'll stop by and at least talk a little bit more about it. You're going to need to really coach her along, or really help her understand what the market's doing right now, because she's just pretty negative to this whole situation because the thing went to expire and we just let it go.
It is stressful. I've been through 3 moves. It is stressful when you have to move, or well, in your case, you don't have to move, however you want to move. I know it's stressful, and when you have showings, you got to make sure the house is good. It can get stressful and overwhelming. So I understand why you would want to just wait until the market comes back up. But the market and the housing, I'm not sure how that other listing, your listing with the last realtor did. All I can do is bring you what I can offer and do the best job in my abilities to hopefully sell your home.
All right. Well, let me talk to the wife. Call me again tomorrow. I'm on the side of trying this again, because again, I'm more inclined to move than she is right now. Okay. But let me talk to her. Get with me tomorrow. If I get her to at least listen, then you'll have a shot at it. You got to convince us both.
Well, what time is a good time for us to talk tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 11 a.m.
11 a.m. Okay. All right. Well, I will definitely give you guys a call and set up an appointment with you guys to meet with you guys.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Appreciate it. Your name again is?
My name is Amber Harvey, and I will send you, do you have an email address? I can send you my information so I'm not just calling.
Yep. Yeah. And, so I've given you my email.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much.
All righty. You have a good day.
Bye.
What do you guys think?
What, Amber? You know what, Amber? I mean, I can listen to you talk around the office, and things that you've said about your conversation stuff before. I thought you held up pretty well in this one. You came along pretty nicely. It's probably the best I've heard you in that routine.
Oh, okay.
Got to keep it up. Couple little points of little coaching for you. Let's get rid of everyone. Get rid of the word appointment. Get rid of the word appointment. Who has appointments? Doctors and lawyers.
Lawyers.
They're negative connotations. And when asking for the email address, don't say, do you have an email?
Can I
Replace
get
that with, tell me your email.
What's your email?
Tell me your email. Tell me which email you want me to send this information to. Everybody has an email. And if they don't, they probably don't have the objections. They'll be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm 90 years old. I don't have an email. Okay, they probably don't have one. Just saying. So tell me your email. I love that. Thank you for being real with it. That's the best way you guys are going to grow, is experiencing situations like this. I think Larry was a fantastic example of a realistic seller out there. Little, aggressive, because I don't think he was that bad, honestly. I saw multiple points where I could have shut the call down and gone for an appointment right away.
I thought he was a little soft, actually.
I did. I really did.
For an expired.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, I thought so too.
You're just
Amber,
a nice guy, Larry.
I had an observation, Amber, just to close out the sale. When you were asking for the appointment, I believe if you could have used something like, if I could show you how I could sell your home, that script, and it would just take 15 minutes. If I could get you fair market value for your home, would you be willing to give me 15 minutes? I felt like it took a long time to get to that point.
Yeah, we could have shut it down a while ago. Remember, when there's an objection on it, we need to isolate the objection. We need to validate their concern, appreciate them, and then overcome the objection. Larry, I completely understand that you've had a bad experience with your previous agent. Your home didn't sell, and you have all the right in the world to be upset about that. I would too if I were in your situation. I specialize in helping buyers sell their house the second time for more money in a quicker marketplace with no hassle to you. Let me show you some information. I've got 15 minutes of your time is about all I need. And it opens up the mindset. Or when he's like, you really got to talk to my wife. Okay, fantastic. You said your wife's sleeping right now. When's a good time for me to talk with you and her? Tonight or tomorrow morning? Well, I don't know. If you did know, where would you think it would be? And then push the line on it, because you want to just acknowledge that they're going through some stuff, and you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, no, it didn't sell. It sucks. You want to say, I know it does suck, and you have every right to be upset. Right now, you just aligned yourself with them. Other than not, selling your house in the time you wanted, what do you think caused it to not sell? Because he brought up the other agent. Well, you sound just like the other agent that didn't sell my house. Well, Larry, in your opinion, what do you think caused it not to sell? Get some information. See where his brain is going and align with that. If he goes, well, there wasn't enough marketing, there wasn't enough open houses, he priced it too high. Do sometimes realtors price houses higher than clients want to? And the clients are like, no, I don't, it doesn't need to sell that high. Like, what's going on?
Can I add a point to that? I agree with everything you said there, Dan, but something I think we need to talk about is, in setting the stage and the environment, an expired listing will have multiple people calling him up for that expired listing. We have to, when we get that person on the line and we get them talking, we've got to show the difference in who we are and the other people. And you may even want to say, if your wife needs to be part of it, would you have any objection to a Zoom call so you can see my pretty face? And I always tell people, and this is a joke, that I'd like to send you my brochure because it has my photograph on it. And I want to be fair to you. If you take one look at me, you say, oh, I can't work with a person that looks like that. Well, I totally understand that. They laugh and they give me their email. All right. I send them a bomb email with videos and stuff. But take advantage. The Zoom gives people a tremendous advantage, because already most of those people have never been on a Zoom call in their life, and they realize they're dealing with somebody who's technology savvy.
Yep. All right, guys, well, I got to wrap it up. We got to jump on another call, but I want you guys to, when you're doing your scripting and role play with your partners, be real. Don't just be super agreeable. I love how Larry was, gave some points that were difficult, but be super real about it. Give yourselves the best opportunity for success, and that's practicing real world outcomes. Make it so you can game the agreement, have some wins. Don't just be a jerk and shut everything down and hang up on them. You want to make it real, so practice like it's real. Cool?
Cool.
Over the weekend, if you guys need me, give me a call. I don't have my kiddo, so I'm a little bit more accessible. Other
Okay.
than that, go out there, do something great. I'll see you in the coach's corner. Today is David Jones, so let's support our OP.
Do you have a phone?
Do I have a phone?
Yeah.
I got it yesterday at noon. It was awesome.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Larry, again, thank you for being our client. Amber, great job on that.
Good job,
I
Amber.
know you're out of your comfort zone, but this is how you grow.
Bye, everybody.
Killed it.